Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you as Global Integrity. We are the learning partners for CTAP, for the COVID-19 Transparency and Accountability in Africa project. And this is a summary of our insights from meeting with all of you in February and March. This deck actually goes and talks a little bit about what we did, what we found, and our next steps on learning. As many of you know, we had a chance to meet with all of you in February and March, but before that, in the end of last year, we developed some learning questions through workshops. Then we explored challenges and opportunities within our context and learning preferences. So what was the purpose of doing all this? It's really to understand how we can reflect together on the project goals as it relates to local context and to identify needs and interests to inform our design of how we're actually going to go forward with our CTAP project. What we found was that across all of our 7 CTAP countries, we were mostly excited about improving access to information, quality of data, having strong and diverse relationships, mobilizing citizens, and successfully tracking expenditures. Some countries also wanted to see more investigations in covering corruption, and others wanted to see more of a government response plans prioritizing health workers and vulnerable citizens. More important, it's just not what we want to do, but how are we going to go about doing it? So a few of the strategies that we all agreed to have in place was social media, community radio, participatory videos, follow the money networks, partnerships, and storytelling techniques. In addition, some countries will be using strategies such as engaging with local assemblies and filling information gaps with investigative journalists. The main types of challenges that we're going to be experiencing across all of our contexts is around information and access to information, which includes gaps in data and poor quality data, and how we can build relationships during COVID, which of course includes COVID restrictions and mobilizing citizens and civic space. The nature of these challenges are plentiful. We know the government actors are not proactively sharing information. COVID-19 fiscal data is not disaggregated. There's a lot of issues around building relationships, and we also know that we are living in a time with COVID restrictions. Contextual factors. How does it affect the strategies used by country partners in target countries? Legislation doesn't guarantee access to info. Partners are combining multiple strategies, especially communications, research, and partnership. How are CTAP country partner strategies adapting for developing local T&A, transparency and accountability coalitions? COVID-19 makes it easier to mobilize, but again, it's also really challenging to narrow it down to a specific issue. How are we influencing key audiences? Social media and community radio are highly influential, and we're doing a key job of observing those groups. And to what extent are the government's responses allowing people to track service delivery? This is a challenge because data is not disaggregated by sectors and services. These are some of the few things that we're currently noting. CTAP country partners say that they would prefer learning through peer learning, workshops, webinars, and collaborative resource sharing. And what we have found that partners are interested in learning includes how to tell and collect stories, to run a positive social media and radio campaign, and that basically means countering the noise of a lot of negative mainstream media, how to build collaborative relationships, conduct international and transnational advocacy campaign, and of course, producing research and communications output with limited and poor quality data, which is a key facet of our CTAP program. So what is next? Now that we know all of this, from March through the end of the project in November, we have webinars planned. This is through Account for COVID. We have workshops on participatory videos, on storytelling, on community radio. We have peer learning sessions through June, July, and August. We have briefing notes, country level meetings, which will be happening every other month, and initiative level meetings, which will be happening with country coordinators. Our next steps on learning, including making sure we're curating relevant resources, and you can check out our CTAP database for these, sharing relevant learnings as we're doing so here, producing additional short notes and briefs, and maintaining continuous communication support. We also want to always keep the feedback loop open so that we're continuing to provide input and comments. Please, now that you've heard me talk about this, amend any of our insights, give us some feedback, update us on your progress and challenges, share your suggestions on what we are hoping to learn and what we are proposing for this project, and always feel free to ask us questions. In terms of the team, I believe you have met all, if not most of us. There is Yokai, Jorge, Carlos, myself, and Raquel, and we are very happy to be your learning partners, Global Integrity as part of the CTAP program.